Hey, well, good evening to you. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing great this morning. Come on. Let me talk to you. It's Monday morning. A lot of great things can happen in your life today. A lot of great things you can accomplish today. The question is, are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to do what's necessary to get where you're trying to go and to do what it is you want to do? Because I'm telling you, life is way too short not to. All right? So I'm waiting on a couple of you to jump on. I know it is 9 o'clock a.m. You're trying to get your Monday morning moving. Your Monday should be moving by now. You should be going. But I want to give you something to ride with all week long. Let me give you a word to ride with. Let me give you something to make sure your thinking is calibrated the right way. Because this day can be one of the most eventful. This week can be one of the most productive weeks you had. But this is what you need to do. The Bible says in Colossians 3:23, it says, whatever you do, work at it as unto the Lord with all your heart. He said, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. So let me show you what you need to understand. Number one, what you have to do is understand is whatever you do. Whatever you do, whatever you believe, your purpose, whatever you are working at, he said, whatever you do, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's working out, if it's a job, if it's a business, if it's a book, whatever it is, he said, whatever you do, here are the instructions for the week. He said, work at it with all your heart. Now, you got to understand something. You got to work at it with all your heart. With everything in you, you got to put the work in. You have to put the work in with all your heart, understanding that you got to be careful, but you got to be deliberate about what you're doing, because I'm telling you, you got to put your whole heart into it. That means that if I'm doing something, it needs to be something worthy of my whole heart. See, a lot of times we do things because we're doing things that are not worthy of our whole hearts, but you need to do what you do and work at it with your whole heart. And the Bible says, as working for the Lord. Man, if we accomplish everything that way, if we accomplish everything in a way that we're working for the Lord and that it's about God, it is about our purpose, it's about who we are, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit on what we can do. Right now, I am standing in the old roping pen. This is the roping pen where my nephew, my brother, and many other young men would practice becoming calf ropers here, right? And they would practice becoming calf ropers, and a lot of them started, but most of them didn't keep going. But one of them did. His name is King Pickett Monica. He kept going. And right now, he is one of the top calf ropers in this country. He's one of the top calf ropers in this country right now. One of the top calf ropers in this country. And you know what? I'm telling you, it's because when other folk were sleeping, he was working. When other folk were quitting, he was just starting all by himself. See, life don't start under the lights. Life don't start under the lights. Life starts and greatness starts when nobody's looking. That's what happens. It starts when nobody's looking. It starts when nobody's around. It starts when you have to go at it by yourself. Nobody to help you. Nobody to work with you. None of that is present. But you got to be willing to put the hard work in when nobody's around you. Nobody's looking. I mean, I'm telling you, whatever you're going to do, if you're going to be great at it, you got to be willing to put work in when other folk are sleeping. I'm telling you today that, in life, nobody arrives at greatness just by luck. When you look at great athletes, when you look at great scientific minds, great writers, great speakers, none of them arrive by luck. They put the work in, right? So here it is. You and I have a brand new day. Guess what? All of us have the same 24 hours. All of us have the same opportunities. Whatever we're going to do, guess what? We have an opportunity to do it, but we got to do what? Work at it with all of our heart. When you understand your calling, when you understand your purpose, when you understand who you've been called to be, you got to understand something. It's going to take some work in order to make it work. It's not just going to happen. So I want you to understand something. I come from a long line of people that put the work in. My grandfathers put the work in. My dad put the work in. My brother put the work in. I'm putting the work in. But I feel like I'm just starting. I feel like I'm just getting off the ground. I feel like at 54 years old, I'm just starting, Cornell. I feel like I'm just starting. And I think sometimes people are quitting when they should be just starting. So I take the sum total of all of my experiences, all the tough stuff I've been with, all the rough things, all the failures, and I've had a lot of them, all those things, I take the sum total of those things, and guess what? Everything I failed at least I know what doesn't work, right? I don't quit. Why? Because I'm working at it as unto the Lord. Hey, guys, listen, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're sitting in a jail cell right now. Start working on yourself. Start working on your thinking. Start working on what you do. Start working on who you are. I'm telling you, it can change. Aretha Jackson, it can change. That's what I'm talking about, Monica. I believe that, honey. I believe I got another 46. I believe I'm going 100. And guess what? I want to be just as vibrant and sharp and able to move and do what's necessary as God adjusts my life. And you know what? I want the same thing for the people around me. I want you to experience God's best. I want the people around me to experience God's best. Sometimes I think my problem is I want better for people than they want for themselves, and it causes me frustration. And I say, well, I'm just going to stop trying to do this and stop trying to help people. And I'm just not telling the truth because I can't help it. It's in me. I got that from my mama. My mama was like that. My daddy was like that, believe it or not. My mama was like that when she worked in LaFleur County, one of the poorest school districts in the country. But she believed, she told those children, she told those parents, you can make something, you can do something. And guess what? That's in me. That's birthed in me. So it's birthed in you. Listen to me. I'm telling you, whatever you do, that's our theme. Whatever you do, whatever it is, work at it as unto the Lord. And you have to be willing to work when nobody else is watching. You got to be willing to go when nobody else is watching, when nobody else is around, when you just by yourself and your thoughts are running rampant and you don't know which way to go, which way to turn. You have to be willing to stay consistent and keep doing what it is you're supposed to do. That's my decision. My decision about life is I'm going to stay consistent. My decision that regardless of what anybody else does, I'm going to keep pressing. So, here it is, and I'm out. I'm going to read it to you in the New Living Translation. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. In other words, if you want to maximize, stop looking at it like you're working for somebody and look at it like you're working for the Lord. Stop looking at it like you're working for yourself and start looking at it like you're working for the Lord. Look at it like a person that's working for the Lord. If you go into a job this morning that you are tired of and you don't like, work at it as unto the Lord, and God will promote you and he will put you in position for success. Come on. We must do what? Keep working. Keep pushing. Keep going. Remember, work at it with all your heart as unto the Lord. I love you. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great day. But don't you forget it. All your heart. All right? I love you. That's my prayer. And I'm telling you, I'm standing on the promises. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Don't give up. Don't quit. You can do it. Work at it with all your heart. Hey, do this for me. Would you take time and share this? Share this right now. Share this. Share this. Tag, whatever you have to do. Share it. Man, share it with as many people as possible. Get it out there, y'all. Somebody needs to know. They got to work at it with all their heart. I love you. Peace.